former French ambassador to the US Gerard Araud accused Boris Johnson of planning to make the EU and France the scapegoats for Britain's supply shortages. The French diplomat argued Brexit was to blame for the UK's fuel supply issues caused by a lack of HGV drivers, blasting Boris Johnson's government's reluctance to attribute supply shortages to the UK's exit from the EU. Mr. Araud said the future relationship between Britain and France will be doomed to be disastrous. Of Brexit and of the minimal FTA it demanded, it will make the EU a scapegoat and particularly France. We are doomed to a disastrous UK-EU and UK-France relationship in the coming months. It comes as the Prime Minister is said to be considering whether to call in soldiers to deliver fuel to petrol stations as pumps ran dry after days of panic buying. Emergency measures were triggered on Sunday evening, with Business Secretary Kwasi Kwarteng choosing to suspend competition laws for the fuel industry to allow suppliers to target filling stations running low. Multiple reports suggested that Boris Johnson today will mull whether to follow that by taking the drastic step of sending in the army to drive oil tankers as frenzied buying added to fuel supply issues. Transport Secretary Grant Shapps has refused to rule out requesting military assistance after queues for the pumps continued across the country on the weekend. Mr. Shapps has already backed down over his reluctance to import foreign labor to solve the HGV driver shortage by creating 5,000 three-month visas to bring in extra hauliers to address delivery pressures. The cabinet minister told the BBC the move would fix the 100 to 200 fuel tanker driver shortfall, as he urged motorists to be sensible and only fill up when needed to help alleviate the queues. Long waits at filling stations saw police called to a scuffle at a North London forecourt as motorists continued their panic buying, which was sparked after concerns from BP were leaked to the media that the lorry driver shortage could impact its ability to keep up with fuel deliveries. The surge in demand led the Petrol Retailers Association (PRA) to warn that as many as two-thirds of its membership of nearly 5,500 independent outlets were out of fuel on Sunday, with the rest of them partly dry and running out soon. Worry over depleted stocks led the business secretary to act following a meeting with oil companies and retailers on Sunday. Mr. Kwarteng opted to temporarily exempt the industry from the Competition Act to allow the industry to share information so it can target areas where fuel supply is running low. Invoking what is known as the Downstream Oil Protocol, Mr. Kwarteng said, while there has always been and continues to be plenty of fuel at refineries and terminals, we are aware that there have been some issues with supply chains. This is why we will enact the protocol to ensure industry can share vital information and work together more effectively to ensure disruption is minimized.